But I think that the greatest thing we can do is just unite and love on each other, and like no barriers, no borders. Like we all need to just coexist.
Oh my God.
The bombing in Manchester saw the usual predictable outpouring of thoughts and prayers from celebrities, notably Ariana Grande herself, well known for her I Hate America faux pas a couple of years ago. Regardless, our culture dictates that her thoughts and prayers and those of the elite celebrity class are paramount to us little people. But it was the thoughts and prayers of Katy Perry that grabbed my attention.
But I think that the greatest thing we can do is just unite and love on each other, and like no barriers, no borders. Like we all need to just coexist.
Oh my God.
As you say in your grandbabies, which one of them could you look in their eyes today and tell them that they're expendable for another foreign person to have a nicer life? Which one would you like to say, you, my child, are expendable for someone else to come over here and not follow the law?
Perry tweeted out that she was praying for everyone in Manchester. The question is, who is Perry praying to?
And if you didn't know, Katy Perry used to be a Christian gospel singer until she says that she sold her soul to the devil to become a pop star in mainstream music.
You're doing really well now, but didn't you release a CD like almost 10 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in, a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil. Sold my soul to the devil.
Perry has displayed a full-blown penchant for Illuminati symbolism for years now. And most recently, she appeared on Saturday Night Live mimicking the sick elitist rituals brought to the fore by John Podesta's hacked emails. It reads, "Dear Tony, I am so looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner at my place. Do you think you will be able to let me know if your brother is joining? That dinner Abramovich spoke of was nothing less than a thelemic occult ritual. In spirit cooking, Marina uses pig's blood, which most resembles human blood, as a medium to connect the spirit world with the material world. Perhaps Perry was praying to the deity future presidential candidate The Rock mentioned during one of his skits.
Hail Satan!
This statement made even more stomach-churning as The Rock and the Saturday Night Live crew poked fun at a child-molesting robot.
And for the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child-molesting robot.
Only a virtuous people are capable of freedom. As nations become corrupt and vicious, they have more need of masters.
This morning, President Trump speaking directly to the Muslim world, hoping to find common ground.
Every time a terrorist murders an innocent person and falsely invokes the name of God, it should be an insult to every person of faith.
With leaders of 54 Muslim countries in attendance, the president focused on stamping out extremism, sounding nothing like candidate Trump.
I think Islam hates us.
This is not a battle between different faiths, different sects, or different civilizations. This is a battle between barbaric criminals who seek to obliterate human life and decent people, all in the name of religion. People that want to protect life and want to protect their religion.
President Trump meeting with one Arab leader after the next. Egypt's President El-Sisi laying on the praise, saying President Trump has a unique personality that is capable of doing the impossible. It prompted laughter in the room, and the president's response?
I agree.
With all that controversy back at home, President Trump looking glad to be so far away. Doing a traditional Saudi dance, typically a symbol of peace after a hard-fought war. And the men fighting with him in that battle back in Washington, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, right here too, dancing with swords. A packed agenda, but not receiving much attention here, human rights.
As a woman here in Saudi Arabia, I wouldn't even be allowed to go into this door at a McDonald's. I would have to go through this side that says family section, completely segregated. There is a wall here that keeps the women separate from the men.
While the president was in town, country star Toby Keith holding a free concert here, American flags lining the stage. In the audience, men only, women not allowed.
Right now, police in Southern California are looking for a man who sexually assaulted a woman outside a bar, and the confrontation was caught on surveillance video. It happened early Sunday morning in Santa Ana. Surveillance video showing the man following a woman down the street before confronting her on the stairs outside the bar. Authorities say the suspect grabbed her and pushed her to the ground and dragged her down the stairs. She was able to fight him off and call for help, but certainly they're looking for him.
A court in Taiwan has ruled in favor of gay marriage, a landmark decision paving the way for the island to become the first place in Asia to legalize same-sex unions. The court issued the ruling on Wednesday, giving local authorities 2 years to implement it. The court said the decision would contribute to social stability and protect human dignity. Hundreds of thousands on the island rallied in support of the decision, but there was also anger among conservative groups.
The grainy video captured on Saturday night appears to show a San Antonio police officer strike a 14-year-old girl in the face at least once. Several officers then appear to forcefully subdue her. You hear the screams of onlookers. The woman seen here in the white dress is the girl's mother, April Johnson.
I actually played the video over and over and over again, and actually seeing that I was in arm's reach of my child and got pulled back. I just know she was just trying to break up a conflict. She was trying to break up anything from happening again.
The 8th grade girl, whose family says she's an honor roll student with no history of violence, was arrested and held in a detention center until Monday afternoon, charged with assaulting a public official.
What we see on the video is very clear, is that this officer made physical and violent contact with the face of this 14-year-old.
In a written statement, San Antonio's Mayor Ivy Taylor called the alleged assault a scuffle, saying the video is hard to watch and to listen to. SAPD is now reviewing body cam video to determine exactly what happened. San Antonio police have not released any of the footage. Body cameras were implemented by the department last year.
If you can't handle your job, don't do it. If you have that much aggression, maybe you should have called in that day, because there's no point of the way you hit a 14-year-old child. You need to be taken out the streets.
Corey Walgren was 16 when he jumped to his death from the top of this Naperville parking deck in January. His family says he did it an hour or so after Naperville North High School officials and a police liaison questioned him about possible images of a sexual encounter with a 16-year-old girl on his phone, telling him,
oh, he could be charged with child pornography and he could be a registered sex offender.
Family attorney Terry Eccles says they continued the harsh questioning even after realizing no pornographic images were on his phone. While waiting for his mom, Corey walked out of school and killed himself.
If you look at the whole scenario of what they did and how they handled it and the outcome, they did a lot wrong.
Which is why his parents have filed this lawsuit against Naperville School District 203 and the city. Eccles says Corey wasn't read his Miranda rights, questioned by police without a parent present, and left unsupervised.
To go from a normal, happy kid to committing suicide, something very drastic had to happen.
House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi is a member of the Gang of Eight, the group of House and Senate leaders, plus chairs and ranking members of intelligence committees briefed on intelligence issues. Yet Pelosi confessed ignorance of this week's disclosure that the National Security Agency, for at least 5 years under the Obama administration, systematically violated Americans' Fourth Amendment rights.
I don't know what the particular, I have not been briefed on the particular case that they are referencing.
In declassified documents first obtained by the news outlet Circa, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court scolded NSA for an institutional lack of candor and added sternly, this is a very serious Fourth Amendment issue. House Oversight Committee Chair Jason Chaffetz told Fox News the documents appear to show the Obama administration routinely abused the NSA's internet surveillance tools. We must get answers and hold people accountable. Fellow Utah Republican Chris Stewart sits on the Intelligence Committee.
Do you think someone should go to prison for this? Well, if they violated it and they did it knowingly and they avoided or ignored processes and procedures to protect that privacy, then absolutely they should be held accountable.
The FISA court said the new Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, and Director of National Intelligence, Dan Coates, enacted reforms that will, quote, largely resolve NSA's so-called compliance problems. Civil liberties groups said the disclosures should factor into lawmakers' decision at year's end about whether to reauthorize the NSA collection program that witnessed the abuses.
But I don't think that this is a problem that is going to be resolved with just an investigation by the Department of Justice. What we have are authorities that were broadly drafted that allow surveillance that is concerning.
The agencies are pushing for reauthorization of this authority, but they can't even identify the scope of the impact on U.S. persons that these programs have.
The sheer scale of the Fourth Amendment violations disclosed is staggering, as was the sternness of the rebuke to the Obama administration delivered by the FISA court, which ordinarily approves 99.9% of the government's requests for surveillance.